Hello all. As you might have guessed from the title of the video as well as from all of this is my fragrance collection slash perfume collection series. I have broken down my fragrance collection into different parts and I went through some of them already. Actually, most of them. We're closer to the end than we are to the beginning. Part number 1 had to do with just the overview of how I categorize and where my fragrances and which categories we're going to speak about. I would suggest you start with that one. Part 2 had to do with powdery fragrances because that is, for me, an important part of my perfume collection that I single out and wear a lot. Part 3 had to do with daytime scents that wear best in the cold. So of perfumes that I prefer wearing in the winter, but they're daytime perfumes. Part 4 was dedicated to this row, which signifies perfumes that are all things to all people, easy to wear, they're versatile, they're workhorses. You get them and you wear them for any occasion and it would be appropriate. They are not so much season specific. Part 5 was dedicated to evening wear scents, as was part 6. I've broken my evening scents into the 2 halves because it was just too many to discuss at one go. And today we're going to be tackling affordable scents, aka my delightful cheapies. So these were fragrances mostly I've discovered as a young lady living off scholarships in college. And they do hold some great memories for me, and to this point, up to this point in my life, I'm still thinking they're fantastic. Now, honestly, I do find it more difficult to find good quality fragrances at an affordable price, but it's not impossible, which is what this entire row is meant to show you. The first scent that I want to talk about is very new to me, actually. I came across it by accident, and I am shocked at how much I truly enjoy this fragrance. This is Kim Kardashian Pure Honey perfume, 100 mils. It's actually nicely packaged. It's not a very comfortable packaging to deal with. It's like a little metal bee on it. It's very cute. As the scent suggests, it does lend itself to a very honeyed floral. A lot of it is beeswax honey. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's a very, very pleasant, very affordable scent that I was super surprised to find in a Kim K line, in a Kim Kardashian line of all places. Although hers are probably although her scents tend to be on the higher quality side of things rather than the lower quality side of things when it comes to affordable fragrances. Again, I was super impressed with the composition. The scent itself was very nice. If you like scents that revolve around honey, this is a good one to have. However, I need to overspray this. The wear time is really not great and the sillage is almost skin scent like. So this is not a heavy hitter at all, very office appropriate if that's what you're into. I wish I could concentrate the amount of fragrance molecules in this 100 ml bottle to like 30 mils, take all the goodness, take all the concentrated perfume molecules and like just smush them down into a 30 ml format because I think this is quite watered down. I'd be much happier with it, and I would in fact not be able to tell that this is a more affordable scent. So quality is questionable because of the sillage and the wear time. Those are not great. You might have to reapply or overspray. It's not going to create a problem because it's not that powerful, but the scent itself is actually quite beautiful. I'm very much impressed with it. If you don't mind reapplying, that would be a really good one. Then we have a perfume that I've repurchased time and time again. I've had it in the biggest format a couple of times. This is Vintage Bloom by Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson has a really good budget line for her perfumes. I was quite surprised. A lot of them are actually good quality scents, nice compositions. Whatever she's doing, she's doing it right. The Vintage Bloom one is probably my favorite out of everything she's ever released, and one of my very favorites from the budget fragrances in general. It is a beautiful, sweet floral, very, very floral fragrance. If you don't like florals, not for you. I wouldn't say it's vintage. It's called Vintage Bloom, but it's in no way old school. It's just a very pretty, fresh, sweet floral. One of the best ones. One of my favorites actually out of all of the ones that I own, as evidenced by the many times that I've bought it before. Here's an old school favorite, not for everyone, but lovers of musk will rejoice. I actually have two Jovans in this video, and Jovan Musk, the original Jovan Musk, is fantastic. It's clean, it's soapy, it's not clinical, and it doesn't have any stank of the musks that musks can have. I really like this for an out of the shower clean fragrance, as well as for nighttime going to sleep scent. It creates an uplifted and very clean sensation. It's uplifting, it's clean. It's the epitome of clean, really. So great buy, repurchase for me, and I respect this particular one. And this formulation has been available for years, so evidently it sells well enough to keep it around. We are moving on to the second Jovan of the two that I'm going to talk about, and this is Jovan White Musk. Jovan White Musk is much more of a powdery iteration of Jovan. It is an excellent musk scent, but it does have that slight hint of baby powder, which I do enjoy. Baby powder is really not my favorite note, but I do think that here it's appropriate, and on the background of musk, it creates, again, a very clean, slightly softer sensation that does the original Jovan. If you're a fan of a musky powder, this is quite a good find. Both of them don't have a lot of projection. Both of them do not have much of a wear time. Both of them are ones that you'd have to reapply, but I really enjoy having them around because they are so old school fresh. It's just the epitome of freshness, not in some kind of a mint or lemon way, but just in the musky, clean laundry kind of way. This is one of my favorites, budget fragrances. It's Coty Wild Musk. It's no surprise that the packaging is pretty basic, really not pretty whatsoever. I'm kind of not digging the whole brown plastic cap either. I would rather it be in a glass bottle with a metal cap, but we have what we have. This has been repurchased many times over. I really like this one. Again, the problem is it doesn't last very well. It's unfortunate, but this is what it is. But this is also a cologne spray, right? So it's not even an eau de toilette concentration. If you don't mind reapplying and bringing the scent with you, this is a really gorgeous musk. Simple, very edited, but it's such an old formulation, but it reads as very modern. Beautiful, beautiful musk, wild musk. I'll keep repurchasing it forever. I do like wearing it to bed because, again, it creates this freshness, cleanliness, is godliness. And the wild musk is an excellent fragrance. I really wish it was sold in a concentrated version so that I could bask in its glory for longer than like an hour or two. That's what it lasts like. We are moving on to another Jessica Simpson creation, which is Fancy Love. Fancy Love is a scent that I've owned for years, ever since I was probably around 20 years old. It's one of the scents that I keep repurchasing because it is a delightful budget find that just makes you super happy. The wear time on this guy, in contrast to all the other ones so far we spoke about, is great. Fancy Love is a parallel scent to the Burberry Woman, which I really, really adore. And that's why I bought the Fancy Love, because I couldn't afford the Burberry Woman. I've had it, I've used it up, couldn't buy Burberry Woman again. And at the time, I just really wanted that kind of a scent. bought Fancy Love, satisfied me for years, and I kept repurchasing this rather than the Burberry Woman formulation. I do like the packaging. I think it's really pretty. I do like the juice. It works super well. It is a slightly powdery, fruity, peachy, floral. Mostly it's a powdery fruit kind of a concoction, which I enjoy. I think it's an easy scent to pull off. I think it works in almost every circumstance. Easy peasy, good quality, good lasting power, decent sillage, wonderful. No complaints, not even about the lasting power. Lastly, we have a Taylor Swift fragrance, which interestingly, I think Taylor Swift, much like Jessica Simpson, has been putting out really very good formulas out there, really nice scents that come across much more expensive than they are. Here I have Incredible Things. I've used up a version of Burberry Woman from Taylor Swift called Taylor. It's a sister, almost a twin sister for Fancy Love and Burberry Woman. I don't have it anymore. It's in my empties. I'll talk about it later as part of my empties. But Taylor Swift Incredible Things is a nice little perky number. I was surprised when I smelt it because it is an extremely affordable scent that smells much pricier than what it is. There is a vanillic base to it. There is a warm confectionery vanilla in it that I really do like. And on top of that lays a slightly masculine cologne. So this is as if maybe you were wearing a vanilla fragrance of some sort overnight, went to sleep over at your boyfriend's, wore his shirt to bed, got up, and the two fragrances mixed, and that's what you ended up with. I'm not sure if that was her intention, but that's kind of how it worked out. So there's a masculine edge to it that is just rough enough to cut through the sweetness. I really think it's a good one. I think it's a similar situation. I think it's a similar vibe, similar idea as what With Love by Hilary Duff was. I'm so sad that I can't find that one. That one was another one that I really enjoyed when it was available. But Taylor Swift Incredible Things is available. And if you like the idea of this masculine, feminine sort of thing, leaning heavily into the sweet vanilla, I think that you wouldn't be disappointed. This could be a release from any fragrance house, and I would not bat an eyelash. I would not bat an eyelash if it was Givenchy, for instance. I would say, yeah, that smells like Givenchy. Wear time is good on this. It does also transform through the wear, which I really like. No complaints. I mean, the packaging is kind of okay. It does have a very cheap cap, but gosh, this is actually a good one. I'm very happy I found it. So have you worn any of the ones that I've spoken about? If so, what did you think of them? What are your favorite affordable scents? My delightful cheapies are some of my favorites because they take so long to find, and it's just so satisfying to get something that is inexpensive and lovely. Please share down below what you consider to belong to this category, and any recommendations you might have for me. What do you think? What kind of cheapies do you have in your collection? The next video will be about these guys, and they are my florals. I do tend to separate them into a separate grouping because I do tend to wear them in warmer weather, more so in spring. Springtime fragrances are very uplifting, very happy. Usually they're very sparkly and crystal-like, and that's kind of what we're rocking over here mostly. So next video is going to be about all kinds of florals that are in my perfume wardrobe. That's it for today. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day and good luck.